Let's dive into the Northbeyond 142 wallet made from the unique Badalassi Carlo Pueblo leather. If you're into hand-stitched leather wallets, curious about Pueblo leather, or wondering how this Northbeyond card holder feels in the hand, this video is for you. We'll jump into an in-depth review of the wallet, looking at the materials, the quality and the toolmanship, some clever design features that I really like, and why I'm going to be keeping this card holder as my daily wallet for some time. This isn't a paid review. Northbeyond sent me this wallet as a competition winner, but all views are my own. So firstly, we've got to talk about the leather. So the Badalassi Carlo Tannery in northern Italy got a rich history of some of the finest leather that you can use as a leather artist. Now they created the Pueblo line with deep, rich colors, a beautiful finish, and a really nice rustic look. So this leather is veg tanned, so it's tanned with natural tannins from plants and tree bark. Now this means that it should age beautifully and it will pick up a lot of the character over time as you use it more and more. Now this is a full grain leather, so it has the full thickness of the hide, which means it'll be the strongest and the most durable for a long-lasting use. Now that is really the gold standard in terms of leather, and it's very typical for a wallet of this kind of price point and this quality to be made from a full grain leather. Drop a comment below if you'd like me to do a deep dive into the different grains of leather and how the quality and the cost varies between them. So what sets Pueblo apart really is this patina that it creates over time. I've been using this for about a week now as my solid daily wallet, and even in that short period of time it started to age really beautifully. There's this beautiful rustic finish. Now the way they do this is actually a buffing of the top surface. This is called napping. This creates a slightly smoother surface, but doesn't impact the integrity and the strength of the leather. It has this beautiful finish that really adds a really unique touch. So the leather is dyed right way through the hide, and this means that the grain and the edges take on this beautiful color, and it's really consistent throughout. So the Pueblo leather comes from the shoulders, and these hides are typically very low in natural defects and scars, which really help create those really clean looking professional pieces. If you've got any value out of this video so far, please consider to like and hit the subscribe button for a new video every other Tuesday. Let's take a look at the wallet in more detail. I'm going to go over 4 different things here. We're going to look at the materials, the toolmanship and quality, some clever design features that I really like, why I'm going to be keeping this as my card holder of choice for the future. So on materials. So first, let's talk about the colors and the texture here. So we have this purple up here, and then that's contrasted really nicely with this aqua. Now, as you can see, this texture is really unique. Within the purple and the aqua, you have these beautiful little marks, and this comes from the natural tannins, but then also combined with that buffing process that brings out a really smooth, nice finish. And you can see it adds to the color variance throughout the piece and just makes it really unique. Each one is going to be different depending on how you use it and how it ages. So Northbeyond have added this white thread, and this really adds a very nice contrasting look to these 2 colors. But you can also see the thread here, there are no stray fibers that have come out of it. It looks really clean and consistent. It's probably a 1 mil thick thread that they've used, but it looks really good. It looks like a very thick waxed thread that will hold up very nicely and add a lot of durability to this piece. In the hand, it just feels really nice as well. The texture is really good, it's smooth, and it has this sort of dappled surface that just looks really good. Right, onto toolmanship and quality. So the Northbeyond logo here jumps out as the first thing that you see when you pick up the wallet, and it's a combination of the Canadian flag and a north arrow. Now looking at the logo to start and the way that it's been stamped into the leather, they've done a really good job here. There's varying depths of thickness for the stamping, which adds a nice little sort of level of detail here. I would imagine that this has been hot stamped in using a brass stamp, and it looks really good. So I think overall a great job with the logo stamp that's up front. There's no other branding on it at all, no names, anything like that. It's a nice, relatively anonymous piece. Now looking at these edges in more detail, there's a really nice clean edge that's been taken off for the full side of the leather piece. Particularly noticeable here on this front pocket, a really nice edge bevel that continues all the way around and just rounds out those edges before they get burnished. So the next thing to look at here are these stitching holes, and straight away you can tell that they've been done with very good quality, very sharp stitching chisel. There's a very clean cut goes through the leather, and on the back side, you can't see any blowout here. So stitching chisels have gone right through the leather. They're very sharp, very clean. It makes a really nice end look. So the next thing to look at is the stitching. So there's a saddle stitch that's been used all the way around to tie these 3 pieces of leather together. So you have the 2 pieces in purple, and then you have this single aqua pocket that sits on the front. And the saddle stitch here uses this nice white thread, and the stitch has a really consistent hand movement. And that's evident in the way that the stitches overlap perfectly and they fit within the diamond holes. For any beginners looking to get into saddle stitching, check out my 10 top tips sewing video that will be linked in the description and up on the screen right now. This helps to go through 10 of the tips that I really wish that I knew when I started leathercraft. They can help you get started and some of the hacks that you need as a beginner to get into saddle stitching. Okay, next, let's have a look at some of the clever design features that I really like in this. So starting with these cutouts here, they work really nicely to actually get the cards in and out. So the wallet can take up to about 6 cards, and they fit in really nicely and they can all come out pretty easily. So with this cutout here, it just allows you to grab enough of the card to be able to easily pull it out. Another really nice design feature that I can see that North Beyond have put here is this inside burnishing of this face. So if we have a look in here, you can see that this inside face of the wallet has been burnished. And this makes a really nice, smooth, moisture resistant surface. Whereas if I flip it round, you can see here, this face has not. So here, this is just the flesh side of the leather that's been left untouched. Now you might initially think that that's an odd choice, but I think it works really well. So you have your card back portion of the wallet, and you put your thumb in to grab your card and pull it out. And just having that nice smooth surface here means it's easier to get it out. And also each time that you're touching the wallet, the oils and moisture from your hand are not soaking into the flesh side here, potentially marking it. So I think that's a really nice, unique feature that is just baked into the design. And the final design feature that I like about this is the curved edges. So the way that these have been curved and they cut, they're very smooth. There's no jagged corners that have just been slightly rounded. It's almost sort of a continuous curve that goes around the wallet. And that means it's really nice for slipping it in and out of your pocket. Okay, so that has been the in-depth review of the North Beyond 142 card holder. Now, why am I going to be keeping this as my go-to wallet for the foreseeable future? Now, there's 3 reasons for this. 1, it's really good quality. It's been made with one of the best leathers in the world and definitely one of the most unique textures and grains. The hand stitching is really good. You can tell there's just been a lot of effort that has been put into it, and that's very evident in the final piece. I think it looks really nice. The color combination, I think with the white stitching works very well and adds a very unique look. And also it's super slimline. So as someone who likes to carry only a few cards, I really appreciate that this is not a bulky wallet. It really allows you fast access to the cards whilst making sure it looks really slimline in your pocket at the same time. If you're looking for a really good quality hand-stitched leather wallet, this might be the one for you. I think this is only going to get better with age, so I'll do an update over on my Instagram, maybe at the year mark, and show you how it's patinaed over time. Go check out the North Beyond wallet and Instagram, the link will be down in the bio, and check out my Instagram and subscribe here for more reviews going forwards. Thanks for watching.